Now this workout is aimed at beginners, and it is a great stepping stone towards our other workouts that include mini bands. So the reason why I love this piece of equipment so much is that it's small, it's portable, and it's affordable. So this wee pack cost me probably about 20 New Zealand dollars, and I've got, unfortunately, a broken. This is the likes mini bands. You've got a medium and you've got a heavy. Some of them come with 4 mini bands, which are really great packs, and you'd have an extra heavy mini band on top of that, which is really great to target your lower body. Now, the workout I've designed is great for those of you out there that have got knee problems. So all of the lower body exercises are designed to strengthen and tone your lower body muscles without putting strain on your knees. So there's 3 different ways to do this workout. If you're a beginner or if this is your first time through the workout, then just follow along with me in the video below. The intermediate level would be a specific focus. So if you wanted to focus, say, on your lower body, you do 2 to 3 circuits of the lower body exercises, followed by 1 circuit of the upper body and 1 circuit of the core. And then if you wanted to do an upper body focus workout, then obviously you do 2 to 3 circuits of the upper body, followed by 1 circuit of the lower body and 1 circuit of the core. And then if you're advanced or you want more of a challenge, then you could do 2 to 3 circuits of the lower body exercises, followed by 2 to 3 circuits of the upper body exercises, followed by 2 to 3 circuits of the core. Now, for the workout, we're aiming to stick to around 30 to 45 minutes. So if you're doing the advanced version, just work out for as long as you've got, or keeping it within that 45-minute time bracket. Okay, I'm ready to warm up. It's absolutely freezing in my garage this morning, so I need to get nice and toasty. So I'll be back in a minute with your warm-up. So we've got 4 lower body exercises first. First one is a bent knee leg tap. And you might, if you struggle with balance, you might just want a chair beside you just for a little bit of support. Okay, so what we want is all of the weight is going to go through one leg. So all of the weight, I'm going to start with my left leg. So I'm going to have my left hand on the chair, very lightly, just for balance. Okay, with the right leg, you're going to come up onto your toe, and then we're just going to tap it to the side. So 1, we're doing 15 of these. 3, it's just straight out. 4, you should feel this leg firing up. So your glutes are getting challenged, the back of your legs are getting challenged, and your quads are getting challenged with the slight knee bend. Okay, so that's the bent knee leg tap, and then you just change over and do the other side. So I'm changing the chair over so you're keeping the chair on closest to the standing leg, bend that knee slightly, brace the core, and tapping it to the side. Okay, so the second exercise is our banded hip extension. So there's 2 ways you can have the band for this. You can either keep the band around your knees, okay, and as you lift up, you're just pushing slightly against the band. Okay, so as you lift up, push slightly against the band and drop down. If you wanted a bit more of a challenge, although it is a bit hard to get the band really hips, you can put the band and it will roll up, but it's around kind of the widest part of your hip here. Just adds a bit more tension. So you're going to put your hands through the bottom, keep the weight in your heels, and now lift up, pushing against the band. So you've got a bit of added resistance there. Okay, so 2 ways to do this exercise, and you can decide which way's best for you. Okay, we're doing 20 of those. If you do the one around your hip, you'll just have to take the band back down to your ankles to unroll it. Right, back up to our knees, and we're standing up again. So the third exercise, which we've all done before, or if you're new to healing, is one we use a lot, is the touchdown. So again, you might want a chair for balance, okay, and you're putting the chair closest again to the leg that's working. So again, you're standing on one leg, okay, all of the weight's going through one leg, and as you reach down to touch the ground, the other leg goes up behind, okay, and then you're standing up, squeezing your glutes. All right, so bend the knee a little bit, reach down and touch the ground, and squeeze the glutes. So you want with this exercise to go a little bit slower down. So you're getting a little bit slower and then a little bit quicker. Really push through those glutes so you get a little bit of kind of a hip thrust there. So going down, touch the ground, and push through. If you don't have a lot of hamstring flexibility and you find as you go down, your back starts to round this way, you can't keep that curve in, then just go down as far as you can. So you could then chair on the side and just down to the chair and up. Down to the chair and up. Okay, it's really important that you keep this curve in your spine, because as soon as you start rounding, you take all of the work out of your leg, and now your back is starting to do the work, and that will put a lot of strain of your back. So again, it's that bracing that we did, squeeze glutes, core on, shoulder blades together. Okay, lift up onto one foot, and then just going down as far as you can. Nice and strong, standing up. So that again is 10 to 15 on each leg. Okay, and then the fourth exercise we're doing for our lower body, we're back on the ground, and this is a bent knee, it's an extension. So you want your hands underneath your shoulders and your knees underneath your hips, and your knees are hip distance apart. Okay, so there's that tension on the band already. And what you want to do now is lift one knee up, and so you're going to put all your weight on one leg. As you do that, try not to lean into that hip. Okay, so if you look through your body, your knee will stay straight from your knee to your hip. Okay, so we're just lifting this leg up, pushing it up. So we're trying to get a 90-degree bend in this leg. Okay, and then just bring it down. I'm going to tap the ground, bring it back to that knee, and push up against the band. Back down. Okay, so again, you want to keep your core activated through this move, so protecting your lower back again. Okay, once you've done one leg, just put your weight back on the ground. As you lift up the other leg, just do a quick check. Make sure your knee and your hip are aligned, and then push through the band. Push your leg up. Okay? So that is all our lower body exercises. Now, we've got 4 upper body exercises. But why do your upper body exercises? I'd like you to keep the band around your knees, because we're going to keep that active standing while we're doing our upper body, while we're doing our standing upper body exercises. So that's just teaching you to brace all these really big, strong muscles to keep our joints and our back healthy. So the first exercise we're doing is a lat pull down with the band. So you can either use your light or your medium band for this. Okay, and we're going to brace core or glutes, core. Don't worry about shoulders because we're looking at it. So I'll just go back so you can see my hands a bit better, hopefully you can. So what you want to do is you're putting your hands through the band and you're gripping it like that. Okay, we'll get up. Let's go out. Okay, you can wait for a minute. So you're just going to pull the band apart a little bit so your hands are coming just outside your shoulders, and then pulling down like you do a lat pull down and the machines at the gym. Okay, squeezing your shoulder blades together, slowly lift your arms up, and then bring the band in. Okay, so against the band, pull it down, squeeze up and back in. It's the band down, lift it up and back in. So we're trying to fire up our lat muscles, which are the big wing muscles down here, but also down through the middle of your back down here. So we're drawing our shoulder blades together and down. Okay, the next exercise is a beginner push-up. So you're going to have the medium or the light bands, and you just put your hands through the bands. Okay, now your hands want to be slightly wider than your shoulders. Okay, and your hands are just slightly turned out. So let your hands straight, they're just slightly turned out like that. Okay, so again, hands pressing against the band, which just activates more of the muscles down the back of your arms and your back. Okay, your hips come off the ground. Your feet come off the ground, not your hips. Hips come forward, so you're in a nice straight line from your shoulders to your knees. Your head stays up. Okay, and when you go down, your elbows are moving back 45 degrees. And then you're pushing up. Okay, keep the core in, keep the glutes squeezed. And down and up. Okay, the next exercise is a shoulder press. So you just jump back up. We've got our active stand. Okay, and we're just going to have one hand doing this. Remember, with one hand. One hand is just holding the band against your shoulder, and the other hand is just pushing up against the band into a shoulder press. Okay, so we've got our active stand with our glutes squeezed on, feet hip distance apart, core tight, and just pushing up. Right, really important with this is that your wrist doesn't bend, see here? So you want to keep your wrist nice and straight as you're pushing up. Okay, and we're just going to do 10 to 15 each side. Okay, and then the next one we're doing, keep your hands in the same position. Sorry, our ferry needs to go out. We'll get them out in a minute. And you're just going to push against the band, and this is a tricep extension. Okay, so you're just pushing down and then bring it up. So ready, up feet. Look out in a second. Okay, then we've just got 2 core exercises. So you just need to bend around your knees for the core exercises. First one is I call the dead bug. And this is one of my favorite exercises because it's a great progression to a lot of other core exercises. So we need to lie down. We need to pull your spine down towards the ground. Okay, lift one leg at a time as you do bracing so the spine doesn't pop up. Hand it just by your knees, and you do an opposite knee to hand down. So just push your knee back down and then coming back up. Push it down and bring it up. Okay, we're doing 20 of these. Okay, and then the last exercise is just a roll down plank. Okay, so I'll plank walking it out long, like a few different names. So again, feet at hip distance, we're doing that active stand. So our glutes are squeezed on, core squeezed on, shoulders tight. We're going to bend down, hands come onto the ground, and then just slowly walk out. Okay, stand in a nice core position, a plank position, squeeze your core in, hold for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then back in, stand up with your active stand. Okay, we're just doing 10 of those. So that's all the exercises. I'll just go to the up out and I'll be back to do the workout. Cute. So I'm going to put the heavy mini band on to do the warm-up. Now, if you're a beginner, you might want to just start off with the light or the medium and just see how you go. All right, remember, first time through, you're just trialing the workout and kind of working out what level you're at. So we've got 4 different exercises here. And the first one I wanted to teach is just an active standing pose. So this is a really great exercise to remember, even without the mini bands, just when you're standing at home, cooking dinner, doing dishes, if you're at your desk and you need just a bit of a break, is just teaching you to lightly strengthen up or to tense your muscles while you're walking so that you're protecting your body and you're keeping a really nice posture. So all you want to be doing, sorry, I think you might be able to hear that. That's for the one day, there's car alarms are going off. Hopefully we'll stop soon. So what we want to do is you've just got your feet hip distance apart, your toes are going straight forward. I'd just like you to squeeze your glutes slightly and just roll your pelvis, so you're pulling your pelvis down to the ground. Okay, that's just going to flatten out your lumbar spine so that you don't have, arching your back. So it's just squeezing, drawing down. As you're doing that, just brace your core gently. Okay, so bracing just means that you're tightening everything. You're not trying to suck it in and pull your belly button to your spine. You're just lightly tightening as if you're going to receive a punch to the belly. Not a very nice thought. Okay, so we've got those 2. We've got our glutes on, we've got our core on. I just want you to stand with your arms straight, slightly rotate your thumbs out to the outside of your body, and that's going to squeeze your shoulder blades together. So we're standing here and then relax your hands. So this is our active stand, and we stand and hold for 5 seconds. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just relax. Loosen up your body, and we'll do it again. So squeeze your glutes, brace your core, rotate your hands, then just bend them back in. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And release. Okay, and we'll do it again. So with your feet, you want your weight going directly through the whole of your foot. So you're not putting your weight in your heels, you're not putting your weight in your toes, it's just straight down through the ground. Okay, so again, activate your glutes, drawing that tailbone down, brace your core, rotate your hands, and then standing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And release. Just do 2 more. So again, squeeze your glutes, brace your core, rotate your thumbs, and then just stay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. And then our last one, squeeze your glutes, brace your core, roll your thumbs, and then standing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So the next one we're going to do is just a braced squat. So it's a very small move, not a big squat. All right. So I'm going to go side on two. You can just see how far I'm going down. So it's a braced squat. So you're squeezing your glutes, holding your core in, roll your arms around. And then as you just squat down a little bit, just going to bring your arms up. And then squeeze your glutes, standing up tall. Now, I don't want you pushing your hips forward when you're standing up, and try to lift yourself up as tall as you can go. Okay. And go down. Just a little bit. Standing up, squeeze your shoulder blades, brace your core, squeeze your glutes. 2, 3, 4. And you'll see most of my move is coming from my hips. There's not a lot of movement there in the knees. It's 5, 6. Now, why I love doing this move with the mini band is that you can press your knees against it, and that's keeping these leg muscles active. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is a very small lateral lunge. Again, it's just more of a step and a knee bend, just to keep warming up. So again, we're starting with our feet hip distance apart, and I just want you to step one foot slightly wider, bend that knee. I'm just going to touch the ground. Okay, and then step. Keep that little bit of tension in your feet as you step. So then out to the other side, going down, and step in. 2, just spread out a bit. 3, 4, 5. I want you to still think about bracing that core as you're moving through this move so that you're protecting your lower back. 8, 9, and 10. Okay, the last one is a bit tricky, a bit more tricky with coordination, so let's quickly go. So what you're going to do is big arm circles with your upper body, and you're going to do a half circle with your lower body at the same time. Okay, so you're going to put all your weight on one leg, lifting up. Oh, I get my balance, sorry, I'll do it slowly. Up, round, and in. Okay, so you're going up, change legs, around, and up. So up, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're just going to go the other way with your arms, and the other way with your legs. So start pointing back first, and then as you bring your arms forward, you swing your leg forward. So going back, 2, oh, sorry, tops, sorry, lifting up, 3, 4, 2 more, 5, 6. All right, so we should be nice and warm in our upper body and our lower body and ready to work out. So I'll see you in the next video, and let's get into the workout. First exercise we've got is a bench knee leg tap. So if you need a chair, grab a chair now before we get going. So just going to bend the knees, brace the core, feel the weight or the tension come into your glutes. Okay, we're doing 15 on one leg. So take it out. We're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, stand up, chat the legs out, and it's going to the other side. So bend in that leg, brace your core again, and step out. 1, 2. Now you might find that you're more unbalanced on one side than the other, and that's totally normal. We've all got one side that's more coordinated, one side that's a little bit stronger, one side that's a little bit more better with balance than the other side. Now, I'm pretty sure this is 8. Not positive. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, I really feel my glutes starting to fire up. So let's go down and do our hip extensions. Now I'm going to roll my band up and put it around my hips for the added tension. But remember, it's up to you. So you can either keep the band around your knees or bring it up around your hips. So do 20 of these. Pushing up, bring it down. 1, 2, 3. So you want to breathe out as you push up. 4, and then in. 5, 6, and remember, 7 to keep your weight in your heels. 8, 9, 10. So you want to be squeezing your glutes as you're pushing against the band. And remember to brace your core. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. Oh, I'm just going to roll the band down to my ankles, unroll it, and we'll bring it back up. Okay. Up you get. And we're doing our touchdowns. So, again, if you need a chair for balance, grab a chair now, otherwise we'll be going. So it's 15 of those. So again, all of your weight is on one leg, side leg into the other leg, squeeze your glutes, brace your core, shoulders go back, keep your chest up, touch the ground and lift up. So when you lift up, you can either tap your foot down or push that knee up a little bit. Don't go up too high because the band might roll. Okay, so again, it's up to you. Okay, down slowly, up a bit quicker, and you can either, again, as I said, keep the weight on one leg or tap that knee, tap your foot down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathe out on the way up. 9, 10, 11, 12, and also around to 13, 14, 15. Right, my legs down the leg. Sorry, my band's just wanting to roll a little bit. All right. So again, all your weight is on one leg. Alfie's having up about my cold carriage. Okay, and we're going to go to the other side. So squeezing your glutes, brace your core, chest is up, and bending forward. 1. You might notice. 2. This is my wobbly side. 3, 4, 5. If you are wobbling around, make sure you're pushing your toes into the ground. 6, 7. So the weight goes through your whole foot, but you're pushing your toes into the ground as well as your heel. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, so the last exercise for your lower body, you can go for our bent knee extensions. So, on all fours, the band is just above your knees. Yeah, sure. So hands underneath your shoulders. Often it's good to get a mirror to check your hand and knee position for this, because sometimes being out here can feel like it's underneath, but it's a bit stretched out. So having a mirror when you're first starting exercises or filming yourself like I'm doing is really quite beneficial. So weight all goes on one leg. Quick check through to make sure your hip and your knee are staying in alignment, and then pushing against the band. 1, 2. Remember to brace your core. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Right, bringing that knee down, lifting up the other leg. Quick check for alignment and push it up. 1, 2, 3. Imagine you're pushing your heel into the ceiling. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, hands down, and now we're on to our upper body moves. So, standing up, I might get into this twisted. I'll just untwist down and bring it up onto my knees. So, want to either grab your medium or your light band for the upper body exercises. I'll go with my medium as my light is broken. So again, the hand goes through the band and you're just gripping the front of it. And we're doing 15 of the lat pull down. So get into your active stance. So push your feet into the ground, squeeze your glutes, brace your core, arms come up. Okay, now you're going arms slightly wider apart. And then draw it down, squeeze your shoulder blades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. As with the lower body, 9. You might find that one of your arms is stronger than the other. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so our top pecs are adding up. Right. The next one is our press up. So the hands go through the band and we just want to pull it slightly wider apart. So drop that back down onto the ground. Hands slightly wider than your shoulders. Hands twisted out of it. Now, if you're brand new to press ups, you can forget about the band. Just do it on your hands and knees, just to work on your technique, if that's where you're at. Otherwise, you can have the band there, which just helps to activate some of those back muscles and your triceps, which are all important for press ups. So on your knees, cores in, bums tight, heads up, and just drop down as far as you can and push up. 1, 2. So with a push up, you are breathing in on the way down and out on the way up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So with the press up, it's really important to keep that core switched on and your glutes. And as you're lifting up from the press up, activate your core a bit more to have you lift your hips and your lower body. So it is a upper body move, but it really you need to be contracting your full body to get the most benefit out of the exercise. So the next 2 exercises are standing again. So we'll go active stand, feet hip distance, glutes squeezed on, core squeezed on, hand comes to your shoulder. You've got this hand through, so you're gripping the power band. Bring out into your shoulder, just pressing up, making sure that wrist stays straight. So you just kind of punch the ceiling. 3, 4, 5, stay up nice and straight. 6, 7, 8, after making a bed. 9, 10, out there. 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, shake this arm out. After feeling a bit of a burner around his shoulders. And wrap him up in his bed. Keep the old man warm. It's very spoiled. Right, so the other hand, putting this hand through, so you're gripping the power band. This hand's just holding on. Okay, keeping that wrist straight and push up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to squeeze your glutes a little bit. Brace that core. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Gosh, I'm feeling it's my shoulders this morning. Feeling that work. Right. Triceps. So again, we're holding it the same way. Hand through, other hand on your shoulder. Keep this elbow locked into your side so we don't want any winging. Okay, active stand, glutes, core, shoulders back and down so we're not coming up and over and just pushing down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'll turn it so you can see my arm. 11, so you can see it's pushing straight down. 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, and other side, so our other hand's going to go, I'm confused, go in. This one holding on, elbow locked into your side, shoulders backing down, blick, squeeze, core, brace, push down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can see again, I'm pushing down a little bit faster and you come up a bit slower. 6, 7, 8, 9. Get that elbow in. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Cool. Right, the last exercise we've got is for our core. So put the mini band away, keep the heavy band on, or the band around your knees. Okay, I'm just going to lie down, fix here. So first of all, we're activating our core, pushing our spine in towards the ground, and then lift your legs one at a time. Keep the brace on so your lower back's not popping up. Okay, hands are by your knees, and opposite arm and foot in hand, tap to the ground and lift up. 1, 2, so as I said, we're going 20 apiece. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, make sure that back isn't popping up. 14, 15, 16, so I breathe out. 17, and I'm coming back up. So breathe out. 19, 20. Okay, roll it up. And to stand up and do the roll down plank. Okay, so again, we're keeping an active stand, rolling down, walking into plank, hold for 5 seconds, and then come back up. So glutes squeezed, full squeezed, shoulders squeezed, Getting down and touch the ground. Walking out. Hold the plank. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Walking. Stand up. 1. Out. Squeeze your core and your glutes. 3, 4, 5. Remember to keep your shoulders active in a plank as well. So boys, trying to squeeze those shoulders together. 2, 3, 4, 5. So the plank. It's kind of like it's very much like a press up where you're working your core, where you're keeping your shoulders and your glutes active. 3, 4, 5. Was it 3 or 4? Call it 3. On the chin ourselves out of 1 rep. 4, 3, 4, 5. Switch it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And back. 5. Halfway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6. Remember when you're doing the plank also you spread your fingers. So spread your fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7. 3 more. How much? 2, 3, 4, 5. So much to think about and seemingly quite an easy exercises. It's exercise of 8 up to 9, 2, 3, 4, 5. And last one. Down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Standing up. Okay, so that was a workout. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I look forward to your comments below. Have a lovely day.